England versus USA. USA 1.91, draw 3.6, and England 4.5. Do you have faith in your women, EJ, this time around, or will mine prevail? England versus USA. EJ, what are you on?
All right, hey, Whale, man, do me a favor. Do that. Just do this, man. Hold up your little finger. Right. Now, in the last 43 matches, man, how many times has the U.S. lost? Hey, good answer, man. That's a good answer right there. Dude, that's the whole kicker here. They haven't lost. They've only lost that one little friendly match with France, that 3-1 friendly. In their last 43 matches, they've lost once. So maybe fading them before they got to the semifinals is probably a bad idea. So, you know what, man? This game is going to be tricky. You've already seen my post, I assume, and you know that I think they're both going to score here. I mean, we see the top goal scorers between White, obviously Rapinoe, and obviously man. It's amazing that Alex got the 5 goals in the first match, and she hasn't done a damn thing since. Everyone's done a great job completely eliminating Alex Morgan. She spent more time on the ground than she has actually running around so far. Everyone's beating her up and getting away with it slyly enough to not get carded, but boy, they've beaten her up, man. So, Alex is definitely taking a beating. This is going to be a tough match. I think they're both going to score. I expect White to score, and I expect Rapinoe to score again. There's your 1-1 for me.
Yep.
But I don't think it's going to stop there. Remember, even though these two haven't met since 2007 in the World Cup, they've met 5 times in the last 5 years every year. 4 of those coming from the She Believes Cup, and obviously they just met in March, 2-2. And if you look around on the pitch and you look who was in the lineups for both teams, I'm pretty sure we have about 17 or 18 of the same starters who started the 2-2 match in the She Believes Cup when they just met. I don't see why we won't have somewhat of a repeat performance. It's going to be 2-2. I see some extra time going on, and I'm not one to just blatantly throw overs out there. You know that. You've experienced my whole. You remember 1-1 and 1-1. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. You know what? I think it's going to be 2-2, and whatever extra time comes, they're both going to score. I love the over, and both the scores even money, and the over 2.5 is like 2.15 or something. Thank you. Those are my 2 predictions. Who wins? Oh, I just want to watch it. You know what?
Who wins?
I don't want to stress over who wins. I just want to watch it. Hope a couple goals get scored. And just go. All right, let's move on to the final.
I do have to agree with that analysis, JJ. Whether it's going to be EJ, whether it's going to be 2-2, I don't know. But I do think that both teams will score, and you get odds of that 2 even money there. Obviously, England have had a stellar defense. Obviously, in the quarterfinals and round of 16, they conceded 0. But USA really do have a firepower here. So both teams to score is my bet. Odds of 2. What about you, Well Kappa?
Well, if there's any truth to the zigzag theory, I think we have to support EJ's sides. If he was hot in the round of 16 and cold in the quarterfinals, then he's due for the semifinals. But and I agree with this pick. I think both teams to score is a great look. I think the over is a great look. The 2-2 that we have from relative recent, when these teams were in similar form, I think is a great indicator. I think it should be a very fun and competitive match. This will be by far England's toughest competition. They really have not been tested. We have not seen them play anyone that is anywhere close to the caliber of the United States in this tournament. And I think the fact that the USA went through France, they went through Spain, they played some pretty tough competition to get here. I think that gives them the edge. I think they get it done in regulation. I think USA moves ahead 2-1 here. My thoughts generally, England, yes, you bring up their defense. It was impressive. They conceded some poor chances, I thought, in the group play. They definitely shouldn't have given up that goal that they gave up to Scotland, and I think also Japan got a pretty weak goal against them as well. But all that said, they dominated Norway. They should have won 4-0. That, to me, though, spoke more to Norway was completely gassed. The match that Norway played against Australia completely took away their legs. They were not competitive from 5 minutes into the match. They were out of it. And so I don't want to read too much into England's form on the basis of that win alone. And on the other hand, I think that USA could have done even better than their 2-1 wins to these points, both Spain and France. So I think we still haven't seen the best of Team USA women. I think they have an extra gear. I think they have, the offensive firepower to put this away, even if they concede a goal to England. My general strategy here, I have a pretty good size wager down on USA to win the cup, and it's at 3-1. And I also have a wager on Netherlands at 15-1 to win the cup. And so I'm in a position where I have to be a little bit strategic in these semifinals and make sure that I'm basically going to shoot for the middle on both of these matches here. And I'll tell you how I'm going to do that. So if you're like me and you're holding USA, if you're holding Netherlands to win the cup, I think England eliminates us if they score goals. I don't think it's a matter of them shutting us down. We're going to get our chances. Megan Rapinoe is playing absolutely amazing. Morgan is ready to pop. They have, super subs in Carly Lloyd, and we haven't seen especially good offense from Tobin Heath or some of the other, women who we know can score goals. If England beats us, it's going to be on the basis of they have had an amazing offensive performance. So I'm taking over half goal for England as one parlay leg, expecting that, yes, okay, they're probably going to score one. They may score two. But if they beat us, if they eliminate us, it's going to be on the basis of their offensive firepower. And then if we flip to the other match and we look at what's Sweden's path to victory to eliminate my 15-1 Netherlands ticket, it is shutting down the Dutch team. And I would expect Sweden would be able to, they're going to try to play a little bit of park the bus. They're going to try to be a little bit less aggressive than we've seen them in past matches, because the Dutch are extremely, dangerous from a firepower standpoint. And so I think that Sweden's path to victory is holding the Dutch under 2 goals. So I'm going to pair England over a half with Netherlands under 1.5 as a little parlay that plays plus 144. And that kind of shoots for the middle there. Like if I get a 1-0 win or Netherlands advances in extra time off of a 1-1 tie, I win both. If I get a 2-1 win for the United States, or the United States advances off a 2-2 tie or a 1-1 tie in extra time, then I'm still hitting both. So this is kind of an opportunity here to try to create a middle, so to speak, where I can win wagers on the semifinals and also have my futures ticket make it to the finals of the Women's World Cup. What do you think about that strategy?
So Netherlands just to score 1 goal, basically. If they score, Netherlands under 1.5 goals.
Exactly.
Ooh, and you can just do Netherlands over 0. I would have done Netherlands over 0.5.
Yeah,
Netherlands over 0.
I'm with you, Nat.
I don't know. I'd have done the both over 0. I don't know. Good luck.
I could see that game being real. I could see that game being real tight. I think the under is the right look in that Netherlands-Sweden game. I think both teams played in extremely hot conditions on Sunday. I think that's going to factor into their ability to be, to make effective runs, to be, have their greatest speed, have their power and their finish in their touches. So I think the likelihood that you see kind of a 0-0, 1-0, 1-1 type of outcome there are probably the 3 likeliest final score lines. The last time they faced was 2017 in the Euro quarterfinals. Netherlands won 2-0. That was this is basically the same Dutch team and the same Swedish team. So it's a fair matchup to look to for some sort of understanding of how they'll play each other. But you're talking about a semifinal for the Women's World Cup final. That would be a huge momentous opportunity for both teams to make this level of the competition the final. And I think that you're going to get a little bit tighter play, a little bit more conservatism, not make the key mistake that costs you the game. And I think all of that leads to an under here. So I'm going to take under 1.5 goals for Netherlands combined with over a half goal for England. Shoot for the middle.
Well, listen, just before, because these videos will be clipped. So just to wrap up, obviously the England versus USA. It seems that we're on the same sheet here. Both teams to score seems to be the bet. You've got to lean over with the USA, don't you, World Cupper? Cupper to win. But your official play is what both teams to score.
Exactly.
Both teams to score. I have to say, because you have doubted England, I don't think we've seen the best of England either. So it's going to be it's going to be an incredibly entertaining match.
Told you they'd be fine.
EJ's thinking 2-2 draw, but again, official play is both teams to score. All right, so Netherlands.
And the over. And the over 2.5 too. Now at 2.15. Give me some value.
Yeah. 2.15.